Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today I got a very special video for you. We were lucky to go on a quick 2-day retreat cruise, as it were, on one of Virgin's newest ships, the Resilient Lady, with literally hundreds of other travel agents. So they wanted to show off what is a fairly new ship. They got the Brilliant Lady coming soon also. And one of the things we were able to do while we were on board was to visit a lot of different cabins. So it was a bit of a free-for-all, but I got to take some video, and Julie got pictures of pretty much every cabin type, with the exception, sadly, we didn't get a solo ocean view. They had it down as one, but when I went into the cabin, it clearly wasn't a solo, but I've included that video anyway because it was a little bit different than the main sea view cabin they had. So you'll get 2 of those to look at. And also, we didn't get a limited view Sea Terrace. So for those that don't know, a Sea Terrace is the equivalent of a balcony. A sea view is an ocean view. But we did get to get video of all the others. I will say it was a little bit rushed because there was so many people waiting to get into the cabins to get video and pictures for themselves. Everybody was very polite and patient, but I didn't have as much time as I would have liked to video all the cabins. So when you watch the videos, it may seem a little bit rushed, but I did the best I could. And also after every video, I've got a load of pictures that Julie took because she popped in after me and took some pictures. So we've got all the Rockstar cabins, and we've got Sea Terraces, Ocean View, all the insiders. So hopefully it's quite a long video, but if you're looking to see what the different cabin types look like on Virgin, this may be the video for you. So it's going to be very deep, very involved. Don't forget a couple of things. On the new Brilliant Lady, when it comes out, the Sea Terrace cabins are going to be slightly smaller balconies because the ship needs to be a bit narrower to get through the Panama Canal. So on those Sea Terraces, especially the ones in the middle, they're only going to have 2 hammocks. No seats or anything out there, but you know, look at the deck plan if you're looking to go on that ship. Also with the balconies, with the cheeky corner suites and the sweet aft suites at the back of the ship, depending on where they are, the balconies are larger. There's like large, medium, smaller, not small, smaller. They're pretty big, and etc. So basically, if you're looking at them, those cabins are at the back of deck 8 through 14. The ones on deck 8 and 9, and the suite aft is going to be in the middle between the 2 cheeky corners. Deck 8 and 9 are going to be the smaller of the balconies. Deck 10 and 11 are going to be the medium-sized ones, and then deck 12 through 14. Yes, they have a deck 13 on on Virgin. They're going to be the larger balconies. So just so you know, and the price will reflect. So they are going to be a bit cheaper on deck 8 and 9 than they are on deck 12 through 14. Other than that, all the ships are pretty much the same. So the balconies you see here on Resilient Lady should look very similar to the ones on Scarlet, Valiant, and Brilliant Lady. So without any further ado, let's get to it, and let's get into this. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Deep breath. All right, let's show you everything that's included in every cabin on a Virgin cruise. All your food is included. There are 6 main restaurants and a galley. There is no main dining room. All these will be shown on a ship tour that I am bringing out, and I'll put the link in the comments to that if you'd like to watch that. Tips are included. Wi-Fi, basic Wi-Fi is included. You can upgrade to premium Wi-Fi if you'd like to, but the basic Wi-Fi is included. Obviously, as everybody knows, Virgin is exclusively adult. Well, I'd hope everybody knows. So there are no kids running around everywhere. Your group workouts are included in the fitness area up on the upper decks, and your essential drinks are included. What we mean by that is you'll have water, and there'll be fresh water in carafes in your room daily. All sodas around the ship. There are soda machines all over, and there are actually refill stations as well for your waters too. So all these things here are included on every single cruise, and you have to factor that into the cost. So basically, if you look at the cost, say to yourself, how much would this be if I, on a different cruise line, if I added all this stuff? It's a good way to look at it. All right, so that's everything that's included. Let's get on with the tour. And we're going to start you with a solo insider. Now, there are 40 of these on board. They are midship, and they are decks 5, 8, and 11 through 14. So here's one, cabin 14256. There is your storage area. And it's pretty standard in most of the cabins up to the Sea Terrace and including the Sea Terrace cabins. As you'll see, there's some shelving. There's your safe. But that was your hanging space on the right. Here is the bathroom. They're all fairly standard. They are not the largest, I will tell you, up until you get to the Rockstar quarters. They are huge, but up to then, they're pretty much all the same. You've got your own shampoo, conditioner, and body gel in there. There's your bed. And there's your TV. Power on the wall there. Here is your fridge. And the fridges are all pretty much standard size in all the cabins as well, even the Rockstar ones. Although the Rockstar ones get filled. So that's a look at your Solo Insider. And there's some pictures that Julie took. I believe there's also, and I didn't video it, but I believe there is a power next to the bed as well. There's some USB on the wall and a power outlet, but don't quote me on that. I may have missed it. The Insider cabins, there are 51 of these, and they are between, they're on deck 5 and between deck 9 and 14. So we'll take a look in this one, cabin 11178. Again, as with the Solo Insider, here is your hanging area. That button, you can push that top one to have Do Not Disturb, and the bottom one to Please Clean My Room. And if you leave them both off, it just means I'm in here, but don't bother me. You have a chair there. Here's your fridge. Some power on the wall, as you saw. Now, those little black tablets, you can do so much with those. I'll do a separate video on those at some point, but you can control the lights in the room. You can watch TV. There's some power by the side of the bed. You'll notice that in all the rooms up to before the Rockstar, on that side of the bed, it's very close to the bed. On the opposite side, it's a little bit away. So just be aware of that. It's a small thing, but it does matter. There's your bathroom. One thing I do love about these showers is they have an upper. There it is, the shower head there. That's in all of them. I didn't show it on the first one because I cut the video off a bit short. Like I said, it was a little bit rushed getting around all these cabins with all the people waiting outside. Here's your storage area. There's your safe. So there you go. So that's the Insider cabin. And that will light up on that as opposed to tell you whether you want to be disturbed or not. And like that, it's leave me alone. If it's red, it means do not enter at all. Social Insider. There are 10 of these. They're all midship on deck 5. And this is if you have some friends or on a bit of a budget, maybe, or just want to hang out together. As you'll see, this is a bit crowded in this room. A little bit more storage space behind the beds, but there you go. There's those signs again. There's your storage shelf there. And here are your storage racks. Storage shelving, the rack you saw just now. Also at the bottom of that, again, there is a little area where you can have some trays to put some stuff in. You put your shoes on the floor there. There's your safe. Life jackets. Now there's a little bit of extra. I think you can put some extra stuff in the back of here for storage. I don't know what you would put in there, but there's some power all around. As you'll see, this is for 4 people, 2 uppers, 2 lowers. But a neat idea if you have a group of people that are just traveling on a budget and want to get away for a weekend, or a 7-day cruise or a 10-day cruise, whatever you want to do. There's plenty of power outlets, as you can see. There's more there. Now, also at the bottom of these ladders, there is some extra storage that you can pull out there. It's blocked by the ladder right now, but you can see you could put more stuff in there if you just move the ladder temporarily. Another one there. It goes much deeper than that. Some more storage space there. And as you can tell, there's a mirror. And there's your temperature control. And there's your bathroom. And there's that overhead shower head. We love that. There's also one on the side you can see, so you have a choice. But there we are looking back into the room. So that is your social insider. There's some pictures that Julie took. Perfect for that friends group getaway, as long as you all like each other, or you may hate each other by the end. So you can see in those insiders, the social you can have up to 4, the insider up to 3, and solo insider up to 1. Now, we didn't get a video of a solo sea view, but just so you know, there are 6 of them on the ship. They're on deck 9 and deck 12. And the regular sea view that we're going to show you videos of, there are 89, and they are deck 5 and then deck 9 through 12. They did advertise this as a solo sea view on the tour, but as you can tell, that bed is not a solo bed. So this is not a solo sea view, but it's in the vicinity where they were. So I'm going to show you 2 videos because this cabin was a little bit different. There was some power on the wall right there. And there's some shelving. So this is maybe a little bit of a secret sea view if you wanted to get a different view. As you'll see, there's a couple of things that are against the norm, as they say. There's your bed. Looking back, there's your TV. Plenty of power everywhere. Here's your bathroom. As you can tell, looking at the first view, these are all pretty much the same. Just like my t-shirt, it's the same in every video because I did them one after the other. I also did the ship tour earlier this same morning. There's a link to that in the comments. I did a full ship tour. So this was a busy day for me filming. Now there's a little secret nook in the back here with more hanging space. This is why this cabin's a little bit different than the others. And there's your view. So there we go back. So that's sea view cabin number 1. There's your fridge. And now I'm going to show you the more standard sea view cabin. Because like I said, they advertised this on the tour as a solo sea view, and it was not. Oh well. Just imagine there was a single bed there. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to show you one more sea view. This is after we show you these pictures. We added the pictures because sometimes the video, like I said, I'll say it over and over, is a little bit rushed. I didn't have as much time as I would like to have taken the videos, but we did what we could. So this is a regular sea view cabin. I should have just shown this once on all of them, shouldn't I? Because it's exactly the same pretty much on all of these cabins, this storage area. There's your safe again. That's a hairdryer in that bag. And what do you know? This looks the same. Subtle differences, shall we say. And again, there are 89 of these regular ones over 6 solo ones. But there are the occasional different ones like I just showed you. But there's the power there. And remember, on this side of the bed, it's right next to the bed. On the opposite side, it's a bit further away, like more towards where that chair is, as you can see. So there's some light switches, but the power is off to the right there. And there's an extra little cupboard space there. A drawer that comes out. See, that's right over to the far side. So it's a small thing, but it's something to be aware of. And you do have a little of extra storage space if you wanted to on there, or they put a nice little pillow there. You could sit on there and just watch the sea go by. There's your fridge. And now those green carafes there, that's what they put the water in for you. So they'll be freshly done every day. There's the little app I was telling you about, the little tablet that you can control everything, the lighting, the TV, so much you can do on that. I need to do a separate video just on that one. So that's the second, that's a more regular sea view. I won't show you doubles and any others, That's just a bonus because, like I said, we were told the first one was a solo. A few pictures of the cabin for you. I think it all looks very nice. All right, so there you go. There are up to 3 people in a regular sea view and just 1 obviously in the solo sea view cabins, and a difference in size. Every room has a roomy rain shower, that's the overhead shower head. Mood lighting you can control from that app. Red flower, that's your shampoo, etc. A large flat screen HD TV and a glam area for getting ready. Ooh. Now we're going to look at the sea terraces. There's regular sea terraces, and on the newer ship, Brilliant Lady, there are slightly smaller balconies because they needed to be narrower so they can get through the Panama Canal and places such as that. So we are going to show you the first one here. This is the actual cabin that we stayed in. As you can see there, when I use my wristband, it turns green. That means I can get in the room. Now, this is going to be a normal length video because I wasn't rushed to take this one. There's your temperature control. Here is your same bathroom. Now, there are 1,130 sea terraces on board between deck 8 and 14. So as you can see, these are by far the most common balcony or cabin types on board. They are broken down between limited view sea terraces, which unfortunately I did not get a video of, regular sea terrace like this one, a central sea terrace, which is the same as this cabin, just in the middle of the ship, and then the XL sea terrace, which we will show you. So there again is your storage area. Here, that is, I can actually show you now what happens because I've got a bit more time. You push that, do not disturb is going to come up. Push that, ready to clean the room. Leave it off, we're here, but don't bother us unless you have to. And every room has one of these, which I didn't really video too much on the others. Now on the side there is your power, as I've shown you on all of them. Little work tray there. There's your TV. Another little work tray there. I pulled this out, I actually sat on the chair, put my laptop on that and did some work on there. Now remember, on this side, as I've shown you before, there's some light switches there, but the main power is further over. It's actually behind that chair. And there's another little tray or drawer you can pull out to store some stuff. There's the carafes that you can see they are filled with water for us, and they'll refill those every day. There's a couple of glasses there as well. There's that tablet I was telling you about. You can see all sorts of things on that. And there's your fridge. A little bit more shelving off to the right. And a foot ottoman stool there, looking back into the room. Now we'll show you the balcony. A couple of chairs there. And there's your hammock. So we were still in port in Miami when I took this, so it's going to look, you know, the background, etc. is a little bit different to the others, but we did have a sea terrace we could look at. But this was a slightly longer video that should hopefully cover everything in the room. Just lock it there. Now the app will also open and close the curtains for you. It's very special. And then one thing I forgot to show you at the beginning was the storage area here. So never fear, I double back for you. There's the safe. And some extra drawers there. So that's pretty much a basic regular sea terrace cabin on Virgin. And that was the cabin we stayed in. And some pictures that Julie took. Then we have one more sea terrace type. Like I said, the central sea terrace is basically the exact same as this one, but the XL sea terrace is going to be very different. As you're about to see. You can just about see a line of people there waiting outside. So there's a few noticeable differences about this to the regular Sea Terrace. One stood out to me greatly, and I'm about to show you that, which is that the shower is there, slightly larger as you can see, slightly about double the size, and also the toilet is in a separate room next to it, which I think was a nice little touch in a larger area. So the bath area is about double the size of the other cabins up to now. And also there's more storage area. There's your power as always by the side of there, but you've got more drawers and more hanging area for definite. Baskets on top there, but you can tell that's a larger hanging area than the others. Obviously the Rockstar ones we'll get to next, they're going to be larger. There's that drawer again. But the main layout's pretty much the same inside the cabin, just everything's a bit bigger on these XL ones. And there's your power off to the right. And there is your balcony. And now the balcony looks like it might be a little bit deeper, but about the same width. And there's your hammock. And again, on the new Brilliant Lady, these are going to be much narrower balconies to get through the Panama Canal, but there's going to be just 2 hammocks on each one. Hope you don't swing out over the ocean. There's your fridge. And as you saw, the carafe for water right above there with the green lids. And there's your little power tablet. There's my t-shirt again. And there's the TV one more time. So you can tell these are much nicer. I think if you were looking to splurge a bit, but the Rockstar quarters were out of your budget, as it were, this would be a nice option, especially on a longer cruise, because there's a lot more space in these cabins. Definitely something to consider if you want my opinion. So there you go. A few more pictures. And then we're ready to move on to the Rockstar quarters. I'm glad I had Julie behind me. Make up for some of the poor video I took. I think it's okay, but it certainly could have been better if I had more time. So the main difference, obviously, between these and the Insiders and the Sea Views is there's a terrace hammock. Other than that, it's the same. And on the Brilliant Lady, there'll be 2 terrace hammocks. So there's your breakdown of how many people each room can take up to. So take a look at that. A lot of these, I'm not just going to read it. Freeze the picture and look at it if you'd like to. Otherwise, this video would take forever and my voice would get very, very monotonous. All right, so now we'll look at the suites. The first one we'll look at is the Seriously Suite. Now, these are all on deck 12 midship, and there are 24 of them on the ship. This is one of them, 12219A. So as we come into the room here, you'll see this is probably the smallest of the suites that they have. But I love the bathrooms. They're all marble here. They look very nice and new. The toilet's in the back there. Much more spacious, as you can see, than the other rooms. They've all got the overhead shower there. Now you come into the room and it looks like glamorous, much more posh. There's the TV. They've all got these record players in there. The fridge is standard. The fridges are all the same size. But as you'll see, these do come with a stock bar. There's some cupboard space there we'll get to in a second. And your bed is nice and big. Your power was off to the side, which in my rush I missed, but trust me, it was there, similar to this one. As you can see, the suites were a lot more popular than the regular cabin. So if you think there was a lot of people waiting to get into those, you should have seen the lines outside of these. And here is your balcony. You get the hammock. A couple of chairs there. Nice big balcony. But there are a lot of benefits to being in these suites on top of just having the larger room, which we'll go over in a while. Now here is your storage area. You've got one there for hanging stuff. And then a couple of little racks underneath there. And then here we have some drawers. There's your safe. some more storage there. So as you can see, this is a nice room, but it's not the largest of suites I've seen, but it's nice. So that was the Seriously Suite, as they call it. And there's some pictures from Julie, the balcony. There's the bathroom. That's nice, isn't it? Now the suite aft suite. These are, with the cheeky corner suites, as I explained, they vary in size. They're on deck 8 through 14. The ones on deck 8 and 9 have slightly smaller balconies. 10 and 11 have medium-sized balconies, and 12 to 14 have the larger balconies, as you'll see. This was on deck 14, so it has one of the larger balconies you're going to see. So as you look around the room, here's the bathroom. Again, the nice marble effect. I like that a lot. Larger shower, more open. Better quality shampoo and stuff in there. There's your record player, your TV, your chair there. And there's your power on the side of the bed on both sides. And there's your water that you get. And there's your fridge. I don't know if you can see inside there, but they typically would have some cans of drink and sodas in there that they'll bring out for you. Now here is your balcony. Now this is a balcony. Again, this is the largest of the three. Again, deck 8 and 9, medium, 10 and 11, larger, 12 to 14, largest. And this is one of the largest. Huge balcony. And there's your view. And note there's an overhead shade. So you're never going to be in the direct sun, but you're not going to be in the direct sun. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that. So this is your suite aft. And they're kind of in the middle, sandwiched between the cheeky corners, which we're about to show you. So again, these are some pictures that Julie took. Big balcony. Now, the other ones aren't that much smaller, but they are definitely smaller. And the price will reflect that as well. So the ones on 8 and 9 will be cheaper than this one. Now we'll look at a cheeky corner suite. Same principle as the suite aft. 8 and 9 smaller. 10 and 11 medium. 12 to 14 larger. So this is one of the larger balconies. As you walk in the room immediately, you'll see your storage space here. There's one cupboard. And then there's some shelving there. There's your safe. And as you walk into the room, you see it's a nice big open room. Same kind of coloring as the other suites so far. Power on either side of the bed. And here is your shelf. There is your record player. As I understand, they are fully working record players. As I understand, I did not try one. There's your fridge. If anybody's been in these and used those record players, please put it in the comments. I thought this was a room to somewhere. No, this is clearly a connecting room. So there's the other door. So that was a bit of a waste. I was going to edit it out, but I thought for humor and show you that I'm only human, I'll leave it in. So now let's go out and look at this balcony. And as you can see, this is going to be a larger balcony even than the one we just saw. These are the ones on the outside. The suite after kind of sandwiched between. So across the back, there are 3 cabins. The cheeky corners on either side and the suite aft in between. But this is a suite aft cheeky corner combined, if you know what I mean. It's huge. It's sweet and cheeky. Look at that. The difference in size between these and the Seriously Suite is quite impressive on the balcony, isn't it? But again, overhead, no sun's coming in there, but you haven't got sun coming in. And you know what I mean? If you don't like being in the glaring sun, if it's a really hot day, you can still sit out there quite comfortably. But if it's a really hot day and you don't like that, you will not be able to sit out there if there was no shade. And there is your bathroom. There's that t-shirt again. I want a tiger beer now. Okay, so that is your cheeky corner suite. Now, there are some pictures from Julie, and then we're going to move up to the brilliant suite. Lots of different suites. We got 5 more suites to go, everybody. There you go. There's Julie's pictures. Now, the brilliant suite, they have 18 of these, and these are midship on deck 14. So they're kind of above the seriously cabins, but on deck 14. So there's the bathroom. Yeah, they're all pretty marbly. They all look the same. Marbly, marvelous. And then the beds, same coloring. There is your tab there that you can control the room from by the power switches on either side of the bed. And as you've noticed in these suites, they are right next to the bed. There's no distance on one side away. Seems trivial, but it makes a difference. So if you like to charge your phone overnight and you can't reach it, there's your record player. Sex Pistols on top of there. Interesting. And there's your fridge. And there's the people outside waiting. You could just see them. I heard one of them saying, he's taking his time. I was trying not to rush and rush at the same time. There's your safe in this one. And now we'll show you the balcony. Right there. There's your hammock that's obligatory. So obviously a smaller balcony than the cheeky and the suite aft, but larger than the seriously. So there we go. That was the brilliant suite. Oh, there's Julie taking pictures behind me, sneaking in and trying to run away from the camera. That was, here's the picture she took. Nice rooms, very nice rooms. But I warn you, they aren't cheap. As you'll see when you look up the pricing. Now with these, you get a Rockstar agent. You get a curated in-room bar on us. You get VIP access to the beach club if you go to Bimini. You get early booking and priority access. So you can you can sign in for your cruise before everybody else. You get access to the shows and everything and dinner before everybody else. And you get access to Richard's rooftop access. Freeze and zoom in if you want to see more details on those. I didn't just want to read and read and read. It's more of a summary for that one for you. Now, in the Serious Suite, the capacity is 2. The Suite Aft Biggest Terrace, 222. So they're pretty much 2s. And the Brilliant Suite, 4. The Cheeky Corner Suite's all 2. So the difference is you can have more people there. That is where all the Seriously Suites are, where the arrow is pointing. That is the smallest. The Cheeky Corners on the left and right. Medium. Suite Aft's in the middle. And the largest Cheeky Corners on the outside, Suite Aft in the middle is where they are. And then they are the brilliant suites right there. So now we're going to move up to the what they call the mega Rockstar suites. We'll start with the gorgeous suite. Now there are 9 of these on deck 15 forward. All these ones are pretty much forward. This is cabin 15307. And as we go through these, they're going to get larger and larger. Beware. Be ready. Look at the size of this when you walk in the room. Very, very modern looking, very nice. This is what you expect in a suite, I think, as you walk in. We don't do suites ourselves, but if I was, this is what I would imagine it would look like. So these are stunning suites, I think you'll agree. The bathrooms look, suite-like bathrooms. The difference between these and the Sea Terrace and below is night and day, isn't it? There are your carafes. Different colors on the carafes even. So you see there, they've got some sodas in the back there. They're going to ready to stock the fridge when they need to. Obviously, nobody was in this room because it was there for show. So, but when it was, that fridge would be fully stocked for you all the time. And you get a better selections than these mega ones. But, you know, again, wait till you see the price before you get too excited. They are not cheap, but I think if you ever wanted to splurge, this is what you'd want to do, right? You only live once. Do it and book it with me. You'll make me very happy. So let's take a look at the balcony here. So again, this may not be the largest balcony, but you got a couple of nice chaise lounge chairs there and chairs there. And you are at the side on the front. So you notice this is in shade. Wait till we get to the massive before you know, to put it in perspective for you. So yes, we're at the front, but yes, you're also in shade there, and some sun will come in, more so than the back, I would imagine. But I don't know. If you've experienced these cabins, please put in the comments what your thoughts were on that. I'm just looking at it and saying 2 and 2 is 4, but 2 and 2 could be 5. Maybe I said that wrong too. Here is some of your storage area. And there's your temperature control. So there you go. That was the gorgeous suite, 15307. Here are some of Julie's pictures. Very nice. I want to be in one. Now we're going to look at the Posh Suite. There are only 2 of these, and they're on the starboard side at the front of deck 15. We're going to look at 15331A. These are very similar to the Fab Suites. Very similar, I will tell you that. But you walk in here and you're immediately met with some decorative items there. Just nice big rooms, aren't they? Here's your bathroom number 1. And here we have some storage area, life jackets. As you can tell, these cabins do take 4 people. More storage there from the fact that there were 4 life jackets. And there's your safe. And here is your bathroom number 2, the main shower room. I like the fact that they have the separate toilet, similar but much nicer than the XL Sea Terrace. Now here we go into the main room. There's a couch there for the TV. There's your main desk. There's your record player. Now there are speakers next to it, so I'm assuming they work. Here is your shower. Here is your fridge. Some shelving there. And there's your fridge. Again, as you can see, there's some cans ready to go in there for when people are there. There's your tablet to control everything, some books. Now on the opposite side is your bedding area. Your bed area, not bedding. Another TV. Nice big bed. Power either side of it, as always. Some nice little chairs in the corners to relax in. There's your power. Let's take a look at the balcony. Again, these aren't at the very front. These are on the side, so they are shaded. There's your hammock. Another thing, you see that shower there? They have a shower in all of these balconies as well. The megastars. If you want to go crazy, just shower on the balcony. Nice little couch there. Well, it's a bit close to the door though, that shower, isn't it? But it's there. You've had a nice hot day in the sun and you want to shower off and cool down before you go back in the room. That's what that's for. Lots of nice little touches in these cabins, I noticed. They put a lot of thought into them. So there you go. That is the Posh Suite. We have 2 to go. We have the Fab Suite, and then we're going to show you the king of all suites, the massive suite. That's 15331A. Now, literally on the opposite side of the room is where the Fab Suite was. So it's going to be a very similar cabin as you're about to see. But first, as we have on every cabin, we show you some of the pictures that Julie took. Enormous, aren't they? Pictures do them justice. Now the Fab Suite, there are 2 of these also, forward on deck 15. We're going to look at 15331Z, so it's directly opposite the other one we just looked in. And as I said, you'll see it's fairly similar. I think it's slightly larger, but fairly similar overall. But everything's going to kind of look backwards, so it will be a bit misleading. But there is your living space. Here is your first bathroom. Quite surprised they don't have 2 sinks. Storage area there. There is your safe. A hanging closet. Your life jackets up above. And there is your second bathroom area. We are looking back into the room. You've even got a guitar in this one, look. Some storage space under those in those drawers. And here is your fridge. Again, the can's ready to go in it behind. There's your record player. Seize the day. And then here is your balcony. We had to ask afterwards because we'd filmed these and there was staff there, obviously. There's the shower on the opposite side next to the hammock. And we said, aren't these the same? Even one of the crew members said that they were the same. I don't think they even knew. So I think they are very similar, but the Fab Suites are slightly larger. If anybody, again, knows the difference, please put it in the comments. I'm going to pop in the other side and show you the bed. Some more little seating areas there. And there's your TV. And there's your bed with the usual power either side. Right there. And the other side there, and there is your tablet. So yeah, that is one of the 2 Fab Suites on board. Nice, huh? If only, if only. Now, just so you know, when it's a do not disturb, that red light comes on underneath the number on the door there. So these are the pictures Julie took. And then we have one last room to show you, and that is going to be the massive suite. Like I told you, yes, it is massive. So the massive suite, there are 2 of these, the very front of the ship. Now, these are the cabins on the ship that are exposed to the sun. There is no shade, as you're about to see when you look at the balcony. But that is the only... Is that a negative? I don't know. It might not be for some people. It would be for me a little bit, I think. But you'll see it in a second. The balcony is enormous, as is this area when you first walk in the room. I didn't even know where to start. I probably missed a bunch of stuff in here. Look at those guitars hanging on the wall, and there's some seating area there. Cupboard space. Again, up to 4. All these megastar quarters can take 4 people. They've even got a telescope there, look. And there's your record player and a TV. There's your bedding area. As far as where the other 2 people sleep, I'm assuming it's sofa beds. There's your power. But you should never assume, so don't take my word for that. Plenty of storage drawer space. We actually snuck up early on this one, and there was nobody waiting. This is the only cabin. We went up like an hour before we were supposed to, and somebody was there, and they actually opened the door for us and let us in. So there was us and one other person. That was it. So I had a little bit more time in this cabin. They got a nice bath there, look. They don't call it a massive suite for nothing. More storage space than you'll ever need. There's your safe. More power outlets there. Lovely t-shirt. More storage space. Bathroom there. Shower area there. You notice the better quality shampoo. Not that the other one was bad. This is technically a better one, I guess. But a nice little bathtub idea. Now let's take a look at this tiny balcony, which has its own hot tub there. As we walk around it, you'll see there's not much shade. It's totally exposed. So just be aware of that. Very important. Some tables out there to sit on at night. A nice little seating area there. And there's a sunbed at the top there in that little V. Yeah, so a nice area. There's the shower on the left there. So yeah, that is the massive suite. That is the last of the cabin types we're going to show you on this video. But we got a couple of summary things to show you as well. And some pictures from Julie, of course. There's that telescope one last time. That's not an extra room, that's a window. Oh yeah, and I forgot this one. One more toilet. Yes, normally I'd have time to go into the room, look around and see what's where before I film it. On these ones, I was in and out one shot. Had to work it out as I went. But I think I did the best I could. So that's one of the massive suites. Again, there's 2 of them at the very front of deck 15. And here are some pictures that Julie took. I think everybody I heard walking in here went, I wish, I wish, I wish. YOLO. Now, as with the others, you get the Mega Rockstar Agent, you get premium Wi-Fi, you get a private transfer. So it's not as the others, you get extras on top of the others. You get complimentary parking, access to Richard's rooftop, and daily spa access. So read more into the details, freeze this page and zoom in if you want to see more about what they are. Because if I just read through it, it would be very monotonous. You can also look this up online. So that's one part of the extras you get in the Mega Rockstars. And then you also get the bottomless in-room bar, a daily bar tab around the ship, early booking and priority access similar to the other one. You get the peak of view outdoor shower, as I showed you. You're in a prime location at the front of the ship. And as with the other Rockstar quarters, you get VIP access at the beach club. So you get a lot of extras to being in the Mega Rockstar. You get a lot of extras being in the Rockstar. But the Mega Rockstar is where it's at. And one day, I'm going to book one. For myself. And there are the capacities, basically 4 people in each one, and there are the size of them all. So just to wrap it up, these are the mega rock stars at the front of deck 15. The peach ones there, they will be the gorgeous suites. The two navy ones on the right hand side, the starboard side, they are the posh suites. The purple ones just above them, they are the fab suites. And the red ones at the very front are the two massive suites. So there you go. That concludes my tour of pretty much all the different cabin types on a Virgin cruise ship. All right, there you go. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I hope you also noticed I'm wearing my red Virgin suit that we wore on Scarlet Night. We got it especially for that night on this ship. Yeah, hopefully that helped you see the different cabin types. Remember, like I said, the cheeky corner and the suite aft, 8 and 9, 10 and 11, 12 through 14, different size balconies. The only things I would make sure you were aware of, well, the only thing really, because you may not think about this, but a lot of the ones at the front, no, there's not really any shade cover, you know. So if it's a hot day, you're going to be exposed to the sun the whole time. Just one thing to be aware of when you look at some of those cabins. You know, I will never tell you which is better or worse because it's not for me to say. It's a matter of personal opinion. If I had one comment I would make, having walked around all these balconies, it would simply be that on most cruise ships, cruise lines, the balcony is what you're paying the money for. And I would agree to an extent on these as well. But I also think that the cabins themselves inside were pretty stunning. And all the attributes you get for being in those cabins, yes, they are a lot more expensive. But all the things you get for being in those cabins were next level compared to most other cruise lines. On the flip side, I would say the balconies are quite plain to me, just in my opinion. It may not bother you in the slightest, but, you know, like the massive suite, when I went out there, I thought it almost looked like they just threw a couple of beds down on a big grey floor. You know, it was almost like a battleship on there, but that's the design they're going for. It's not a complaint, it's an observation. But yeah, it may not bother a lot of people. And personally, I do like the shade, so that's why I bring up the point about making sure that you know you're going to be exposed to the sun on some of those balconies on the rock stars if it's a hot day. That's really about it. Other than that, I think they're amazing. Everything about Virgin is amazing. So try them out. Hopefully one of those cabins meets what you need. Let me know. Put it in the comments what you think. If I missed anything, put it in there. I think, like I said, I think I got every cabin except the Solo Sea View and the Limited View Sea Terrace. I think I got them all. But let me know what you think. And again, I apologize for the quality of the video maybe not being as good as I normally would do. It was very rushed. At times, there were 10 to 20 people outside the door waiting to get into each cabin. And they were only open for like a few hours during the day. So I went back a couple of times to try and redo them. But every time I went back, it was the same line. I just couldn't get in. And to be fair to everybody else, I couldn't be taking 4 or 5 minutes to take video. So I did the best I could. Hopefully the pictures helped. And everything else we did. So with that, if you have any questions, my email is coming up at the end of this video. If you'd like to book one of those cabins, I can most certainly help you book them. Just let me know. No cost. What the price you see on Virgin's website is the price you would book through me. And also, if you want to send me any cruising tips, especially Virgin cruise tips, I would love some Virgin cruise tips. I do a weekly cruise tip show every Monday. Doesn't matter what the cruise line is. Send me a Virgin, Royal, Celebrity, Norwegians, Carnival, whatever. And I will read them out to everybody and share them. Heads up, I do not read them in advance. I print them out and I read them and react as I record. So you have been warned. You may get some British humor coming in every now and then. And also, I may not understand some of them. But the people in the comments will help. You know what I mean. All right. So before I go on and on, that was already a long video, wasn't it? So, and I do like to test people that go through these videos. I'm going to be bringing out another video soon, which is going to be a full ship tour of the Resilient Lady. So just to show that you watched this video, put in the comments that you know. I'll soon be coming up with a full ship tour of Resilient Lady. It's just a little test I like to do to see if anybody actually watches the whole way through, which we'll find out. I bet not many people put that in the comments. With that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe! Thank you.